Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Big D and Dr. B.
Hey, Derek.
How you doing, Dr. B?
How are you, buddy?
I'm good. I got a question for you, man. I did it on the couch, okay? And I'm not talking about sexual preference here. I'm talking about I detoxed on the couch here. And got to start off with a little funny. But most people who are addicted, from what I know, don't need to sit on a couch and try and do this thing, whether it's outpatient or inpatient. What is the importance of inpatient? What is the importance in going to rehab for your drug or alcohol addiction?
That's an interesting question because as important as it is, going into rehab is fraught with doing it the wrong way and miseducation. Okay. Now, why is it important? I think it's important to go rehab because, again, as I told you, a monkey could, I always tell you, a monkey could throw you in a jail cell and they detox you. Okay. But this is a very complex thing. So what would be, if you want to increase your odds of getting long-term sobriety and recovery, you should probably start out the right way. Number one, rehab should do a few things. Number one, kind of manage your withdrawals depending on the drugs you're in and make sure it happens safely. That means, again, I have a bias. I'm a medical doctor. I absolutely believe in the medical doctors weighing in on what the medication use, if any, depending what you're dealing with, and making sure you're safe. Number two, when you go into detox, and let's just use the word rehab in general, you should get very qualified, evidence-based, updated education about what the disease of addiction is. My own personal experience, and that's just my opinion, I don't see most places doing that. I think there's, in our industry, there's a lot of good intentioned people, but there's also a lot of bad seeds. There's also a lot of, I think, again, well-intentioned people, but underqualified to be giving advice and guiding treatment. So what you really need going in is so you have so you get set up for the short term and long term of success, whether that's making your detox and early phases of your rehab less painful. That's going to make you more likely to go through it. 2, emotionally and psychologically supportive, where you need professional help for that. And I find them sometimes underqualified. 3, being educated for you and your family about what it is you're dealing with. For example, I see a lot of these shows, person's going into detox. Oh, okay, that's an end-all be-all. That's not even the beginning, right? There's a long road ahead. So as important as it is that for you to go to rehab, it's also important you choose the right place that fits you, your emotional and psychological needs, but most importantly, you need to be educated about what you're dealing with so you're set up with the long term of success. I'm trying to be politically correct here and sensitive to all kinds of, whether it's the industry folks out there or the people that are looking for rehabs. I'm going to admit I have my own biases because I have my own programs and I'm also a medical doctor. So I have a very biased perspective on what detox, rehab, recovery should be.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I've talked to you a little bit about that in the past, and you do have your own program. Hint, if you're struggling, there are options out there, ladies and gentlemen, from doctors who give a crap. And I'm just going to lay it out there like it is. I really appreciate that information there, Dr. B. And if you guys are listening and you're watching this, go down in the comment section, type out your experience with rehab. Did you have a bad experience? Were you circulated through one rehab after the other? Did your doctors not really show you what you needed? What do you see in Dr. B that you don't see in your doctor that you've had in the past? comment your experience, whether it's good or bad. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Let's get a conversation going about addiction, recovery, and some of the science, guys. I think these scientific aspects we're bringing are so important. We're breaking away from the superstitious concepts that I think have really weighed us down from being educated and saying, hey, stop playing that you have to do it. It's black or white. There are some gray areas, and a lot of times the gray areas take us to the light. We just aren't willing to accept the possibility that we're wrong. Appreciate you, Dr. B. Thanks for joining me on the show.
Thank you, Derek. That was cool.